Hey, I want to show you in this real brief video why most carriers cap the revenue at $250,000 a truck and they get stuck, and how you can increase your revenue in your trucking business by 30% effortlessly without changing your business and actually decreasing your admin work, also without having to hire and train any additional personnel. So best part is we do it all for you. That means I do the work, you make 30% more. It's that simple. I'll show you how to do this through our money market method, and I'll get to it in a little bit. Let me share with you my story real fast so that you can know why I can actually help. I'm Troy Bravenbore. I built my carrier business up to over $10 million a year using this method as well as a couple others. But this one for sure is the easiest to implement, and I'll show you how to do the same thing in the next 7 minutes. But before I walk you through this, I want to be clear who this is for and who this isn't for. This is for you if you own at least one semi-truck, if you're a hard worker and you're willing to learn, and if you believe that it's easier to grow with the support of a team than just as a low ranger. This is not for you if you're an employee or you're contracted by a carrier. You can share this video with them if you are. This is not for you if you run a box truck, and this is not for you if you're not humble and kind. I just really don't like working and helping people like that. It's super difficult. So move on if you're prideful or you're just challenging to work with. All right, now to the good stuff. But before I take you through it step by step, give me 60 seconds. I want to start by saying that you should trust me because I know how you feel. I know what it's like. I started my carrier business with one truck, and I was scraping together all the information I could to try to succeed. I've wasted thousands of dollars on repairs, countless of hours of wasted time on poor systems, tens of thousands of dollars on poor expenses and bad vendors, all while trying to grow my business. But I couldn't because I kept getting stuck in the weeds, reporting, safety, administration, behind on tax paperwork. And the feeling of failure, it crept in as a man, as a husband, as a father, as a businessman. And what I didn't know at that time is that it wasn't my fault. The truth is that we don't know what we don't know, and we're powerless to change what we're unaware of. But when I learned this money market method, I no longer felt powerless. And the good news is that you don't have to either. But although it wasn't my fault, it was my responsibility to solve this problem. And everyone thinks that if they can just get that dedicated freight with that contracted customer, it's like the goose that lays the golden egg. And it's the customer that moves every load exactly the day that you want them to, paying more than the spot rate average, and has never-ending loads, right? Never-ending back-to-back backhauls, open pickups, open deliveries forever and ever and ever. They're going to meet all of your dreams. Carriers and drivers wait 20 years on this fantasy that never comes, and they keep grasping at straws thinking, man, this new customer, this is going to be that customer, only to get disappointed. And customers and brokers, they know it, and they use it to bait you into more business, essentially taking advantage of you, saying, hey, if you take this load for me, we'll put you on that contract you've been waiting for, only to pull out the rug from underneath you. It's like they're dangling this carrot that you can never reach. What you really want is high-value loads that keep you consistently loaded with little to no admin work. This is the real problem that we solve with a solution that we personally use to scale to over $10 million of revenue and over 60 trucks, and that's the money market method. Not solving this problem is the reason that you've had a yo-yo business with ups and downs, inconsistent income, stress of not having consistent cash flow, the anxiety of wondering what next week's production is going to look like, losing good drivers because of poor load revenue, the consuming thoughts of what failures and breakdowns await you next week, never feeling like you have personal freedom from your business, thinking that your business is one breakdown away from being shut down. And when the brakes go on your business, there's no off-ramp to catch you. All right, so there's really two ways to solve the money problem in your business. And the first way, which is kind of like the common thought, is you can start by just adding trucks. And the problem is when you do that, you duplicate trucks, but you also duplicate all the problems and existing inefficiencies that you have. It makes it really tough to scale. So let's talk about the real solution to that problem. And this is the way that we got to 60 plus trucks, crazy margins, and it was by solving this problem first. And that's maximizing the revenue and therefore the profit of the fleet that we're running at this current moment. Whether it's one truck or 5 trucks, making sure that those bad boys never sit. And we're doing that through the money market method. And with the money market method, you are getting the highest dollar per load while reducing the admin to almost nothing. So here's a snapshot of how it works. So the money market method gets you in the best paying markets with the best paying customers and brokers for the longest miles. What it takes to do that is data mining, an insider network, and dispatching speed. So for data mining, we pay thousands of dollars for algorithmic data, which is up-to-the-date market insights that boil down the highest margin markets. Our insider network is an insider network of brokers and customers that we've spent over a decade building. We have access to loads before they even hit the load boards, and we leverage all of this all on your behalf. Our team of dedicated dispatchers are working with the phones, the boards, and our network nonstop to secure the first and the highest bids. If it's a load that's worth taking, we're the ones that are getting it. And transparency, look, like you can learn how to do all these things, but it takes a massive amount of work, a massive amount of skill, a massive amount of energy and technology and time, which is why, as I mentioned earlier, we leverage all of that on your behalf so you don't have to do any of it, and that even includes the admin. Imagine knowing that your trucks are consistently loaded with the best paying freight and with the best paying margins without any of the headache of invoicing and billing, collections, broker updates, IFTA calculations, hours of service management, dispatching, and without ever having to hire, train, fire, rehire another admin or another dispatch company ever again. Right, and look, now you've got, basically two options, right? You can continue to do things the exact way that you've always been, or you can chat with our team to see if we can help. And I just know personally some of the worst decisions I've ever made is not making a bad decision, but not actually deciding to do something. And that's actually a decision that has real consequences, and I don't want to see that for you. Now, we can't work with everybody, but we are looking for more of the right strategic partners. And if you're curious to see if our dispatching method and our done-for-you admin services can work for you, then you can call our team. It's no promises, obviously, on either side, but we'd love to hear about you and your business, what your goals are, to see if there's a possibility that there's a way we can grow together and that we can help you, in the way that you desire. So book a call now. Whether or not we can help you, every carrier that we've spoken to has said that they've gotten a new level of clarity in their business after our conversation. So if anything, we'd love to provide that carrier clarity for you on how you can grow and take your business to the next level.